All right, good morning, everybody. Today we're looking at just a few tickers. There's quite a few on the scanner, but not a whole lot of them are in a great situation. Drugs here is looking pretty decent. Ran up quite a bit, going from a low here of about $1 to a high of $2.32. So we've got quite the run up here on drug. Currently looking good, heading towards that VWAP line. So maybe if we see a bounce off VWAP, we'll take a play off that. SPRC also looking okay here, going from about 92 cents here to $1.44. Looking pretty decent here as well. BBBY also looking good from $9.70 to a high at $12 here. Sitting in a pretty good position between VWAP and 200 EMA. We have TBLT here going from about 370 up to 440. Currently sitting near the high. We'll probably wait for a pullback on this. And then we have HLBZ that just popped up going from about 89 cents to a high there of $1.07. So we got a decent range here. It is up a little high right now, but I'm sure we'll see a pullback on that as well. Hopefully anyways, and we can maybe take a play off that. Got about 50 seconds till the market opens. I'll keep watching the scanner here, see if anything new pops up that might be interesting to play. Not gas, that's for sure. FGI, no. Apple just popped up. Nothing there. ECDA. Nope. Okay. That's about it for now then. We'll just play what we got going on here. Keep an eye on these. Right now, I think, I think drug is looking the best. Sitting right by that VWAP line. So we're just going to have to see on open here if it falls through. If it doesn't, we'll probably take a drug play. Gonna give it a second. Got 7 more seconds until it opens. Good morning. Okay, so we're opening up. Looks like we might be holding here and we're heading up. So we're going to get into drug here. $2, going to go for a 230 and then a 195 stop. 195 brings us to about here. Now we're hoping this holds. Okay, we've got our entry or somewhere around here. Drug. Don't know where you quite got in, but give it about 5 cents from where you did. I got kind of lucky there, hitting a low there, $1.97. So gonna move it down to $1.93. We're gonna see where this takes us. We can hit up to about 208. That's pretty good. I'll take some profits there. Looking not too great though as we head back down to that low. Might stop out here. Gonna look at something else here. SPRC is looking really good too. I think I want to take a play on SPRC before it gets running here. $1.25. We're gonna aim for $1.40 with a $1.22 stop. So this is kind of risky. Oh, hang on. We got a really good entry there. $1.22. Okay, so $1.22. We could probably give it about a $1.19 stop. So right on that line. Unfortunately, let's put it like right below the line. Oops, don't want to click on the line. Something like that. Got in, $1.22, $1.19 SL. We're up at $1.32 on that. We're going to take some profits. Taking some profits, SPRC, $1.32. That's a whole 10 cents right there. Drugs is going to stop us out. It's going to go down to that 200 EMA. We might try again there. We have BBBY hitting that 200 EMA as well right now. This could be a place to take a trade on this. So not really my preferred price range on the stock, but I'll take it. We're going to go for maybe about a 1080 entry. We're going to go for about $12. We're going to aim for that high, and we're going to give it a 10. What's a fairly decent stop loss here? Maybe 1060. I don't want to risk too much on it. Yeah, that should be about correct. Yeah, let's go 1060 on it for a stop loss. BBBY, we're gonna go 1080 entry-ish. Where'd we get in? Okay. SPRC all the way up at 140 here, so we are in fact hitting PT on that. This is a huge T trade. SPRC 142 right there. Taking some profits. We are up from 122 to 140. Massive. BBBY still holding. TBLT still struggling. HLBZ not really doing a whole lot. Drugs just about touched that 200 EMA. I'm going to make the call on drug again here that we want to try it at 180, maybe 186. You could go maybe 185. We're going to go for, I'd like to hit $2 on it. I don't think that's unreasonable. And then a 180, give it about 4 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents. We'll give it 4 cents. So we'll go 182 stop. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a 181 and we'll aim for a 185 entry. If we do that, that means I don't have to put this right on the support line. I could do it right below it if I can actually just drag it there, right there. Perfect. Struggling with these support lines today. I want to put my stops right on them for some reason. Nerve, is Nerve going? We looked at that just a minute ago and it wasn't doing anything. Yeah, very volatile, that's for sure. Those candles were very volatile. Sitting pretty low right now, so I'm not sure I want to touch it quite yet, but we might come back to that. BBBY heading down to that 1060 area. So we're breaking down from this 200 EMA, so we're going to take the stop on BBBY. We were just seeing if it could hold there, and it didn't, so we'll be quite happy to take that cut and just let it be. SPRC 145, 146. You could take a little bit more profit up here. I think we're due for a pullback, so I'm going to take a little bit more and leave a little bit left. Taking some more profit, 146 SPRC, and leaving a small runner. Just on the off chance that we do get higher, but you know what? We're so high up right now that definitely good to secure some profits. Drugs hit as low as 183 there, so hopefully you got your entry. I got slightly better than what I wanted, not quite 183 though. We're on our way back up though, so that's good. We can remove that. We're up at 191 from 184, 193. Just about ready to take some profits here. 194, that's where I'm taking profits. Taking some profits. Rug, 194. Perfect. Love when things start to work out for us. SPRC back down a little bit now, so that's looking good too. First drug was a stop out. Got to make sure I ledger that. Okay. SPRC heading down, BBBY looks like it wants to make that pushback above. That MACD is definitely curling right now, but I still don't really trust it. I think this shouldn't have broken down the way it did. We'd have to see some pressure building to really want to take that play again. We had candles going from 514 to 570, so we got the range on Nerve. I think it could be a really good trade, but I'm not really convinced yet. PLTK popped up. This one's also looking very good. Range is okay on it. I wouldn't say it's fantastic by any means, but it could be playable. There's a couple other tickers too. We got Kaba we could take a look at. Sitting around the $2 range, so favorable price range, $1.95 to $2.10, so the range is okay. Yeah, not too much in terms of price action to go off of there. Drugs continuing on its way up to 197 here. Looks like it might get rejected off VWAP and come back down, but I think in the grand scheme of things, this is going to start to run again. So as long as our stop is in a safe place, we should be okay. You could even look to take another full entry around 185 again if you wanted to. SPRC bounces off VWAP there at 129, back up to 142. That's actually nuts. I think we need to look for a VWAP entry then. So SPRC, basically 130 to 145 with a 127 stop loss. So we're only going to give it 3 cents. I really don't think we need more than that. Right there. Looking to get an SPRC next. It's up a little bit right now. Look at that, BBBY, all the way from $10.58 or 56 cents, all the way back up to $11.30. Oh man, we would have been up already if our stop loss was just like 5 cents more. 5 cents more. That's insane. That's nutty. Right? Ape's going. Let's take a look at Ape. I don't really like Kaba, so we'll go Ape. We'll see what Ape's got going on for it. Back in that $7 range, higher $7 range, going from 730 to about 760 here. Maybe a little lower, 711 to 770. Yeah, a little high up right now, but I do think that's going to be profitable if it comes back down. PLTK is probably not something I'm going to play either, so we can just close that down. HLBZ down at the bottom here. I do think this might end up coming down even lower. If it breaks down from this area, we'll probably take a play at the 200. If it holds here and starts to move back up, we'll probably take a play out this 0.98. We'll take a look at that. SPRC up even higher here, almost seeing that one, or just touching that 150 area. Nice, nice, nice. Looking good. So if you took a late entry on this and you got in one around 134 to 135 or 136, definitely 150 would have been a good place to take profits. If you didn't get in yet, I'm sure you'll get another opportunity. I wouldn't be too stressed about it. Drug back down to that 185 area. I would say these last couple candles are looking pretty bearish, so I'm going to wait a second to see if this is worth a re-entry. This is looking decent. It's going back up, so I think I'm going to jump back in on drugs again, 185. I'm going to aim for that $2 mark again, and then we're just going to go with a 181 stop again, because that seems to be the safest place. FGI I can take a look at for sure. Look at that, nerf just up like two candles, and it's back up that 50, 60, 70 cents, whatever it is. It's massive. Okay, so let's go. Someone mentioned FGI. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so first thing is it's doing okay. The range is pretty slim though. We're looking like 350 at the bottom to 370. So yeah, almost a $4 range, 20 cents is probably the minimum amount of profit we'd want. So if it starts ranging more, it could be better. I mean, it could get up to 380 right now, which would be pretty decent. Ape back down to that 200 EMA, so that's kind of where we want to take a play on Ape if we're going to do it at all. So we're going to go with like a 720-ish entry. I would like to hit $8 on this. I don't know if it hit $8 yesterday. I can't remember. Or whatever day we were playing it. With just a $7 stop. We're going to give it 20 cents on this. $7 should be plenty. It hasn't even hit that this morning yet. So I can't imagine that's going to go poorly for us. Well, I did get a little bit higher than I wanted to. So I'm actually going to have to move my stop up. I'm going to move mine up to 710. But the original one is $7. So if you got in on that 200 EMA or around that 720 mark, you could use the $7 stop. I got in around 730, so 710 is where it's going to have to be. I'm not really super comfortable with that, but unfortunately, gotta take what you can get. Drug moved all the way back up to $2 there, so that is PT. Drug. Massive, massive candles on drug. That was much, much more than I thought was going to happen here. So that was basically a 185 entry to $2, so not bad. That's not a bad profit margin. Still have a little bit left in it. I probably should have cut more. Although we are almost back to 185 currently. I kind of miss getting back into 187 there, so hopefully we get a little lower. If we do, maybe I'll take another full entry on it, because this is a good scalping range. Definitely worth it. Same with SPRC. If this goes back down to VWAP, this could be another opportunity. We did bounce down and hit higher, so that's definitely a good sign. And if we bounce down again, we'd be looking at like 132 to get in. So maybe we get in 132. We'll have to wait and see. Again, making the money. TBLT is going. TBLT is kind of going, yeah. I mean, the range here, again, is pretty slim. If you got it on VWAP, so 420, maybe to 440. Yeah, again, we're looking at that 20-cent range, so nothing fantastic there. Ape down a little bit. Did hit 746, nothing fantastic there either. FGI is definitely running, though. Going from the bottom of 200 EMA here, 350 to currently 390. So that is a decent range right there. So if this comes back down, this becomes more playable now. BBBY still salty. Stopped us out by 5 cents. Looks like it's almost up at $12 now, which would have been PT. SPRC on its way down here, hit 133. I was saying I wanted to get in around 132, so we're going to make that call. SPRC 132 to 145 with a 129 stop loss. Yeah, 129. Unfortunately, that's not really where I want it to be. But if we can manage a little lower of an entry, I think SPRCs would be even more worth it. Although if we break down from this VWAP, that becomes a problem. So not necessarily the best thing in the world if we break down from that. Drugs back up again. Hit 204 that time. Didn't really give me that re-entry that I wanted, so still holding on. Closing out a little bit on that second to last trade on drug, I guess. Bring our average up just past $2 here. But that brings both of our averages on drugs up past $2 or at $2. And we're looking to get a re-entry around that 185 mark again. SPRC still struggling, did get back down to that 132 area. So hopefully you took that 132 because it does look bullish. These candles are very bullish again, so we're likely to make a push up from here. BBBY, another massive knife, back down quite a bit. FTCH, is that a ticker we could take a look at? Let's take a look at that, but I'm kind of trying to figure out which one to get rid of here. HLBZ is not. Well, you know what? It did bounce down to that 200 EMA and back up. So that might be something worth playing. It's a little late now. I think I might get rejected off that line there, so we'll just go FTCH here. What's the range here? $8.50 to $9. Not terrible. I think this might be a rejection area. So we might be waiting a little bit on this one. I think that there's a couple things wrong with this. VWAP is crossed with the 200 EMA, which I don't really like playing things like that. Drug up to $2 again. SPRC up to 140 from our entry around 132. If we hit 142, take that 10 cents profit. You can leave a decent sized runner if you want, but I do think it's looking like it should probably head back up. Did I get into SPRC? Yes. Yes, I got into SPRC. Waiting for that 142 mark to take profit. Nerve at 560 currently. Ape still struggling. I did go back down to about 726. Haven't taken any profits on it. Really haven't run into much in terms of profits. Ape got me pretty good yesterday a couple times. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same today, but you never know. Maybe we can make our money back. TBLT bounced at VWAP. Yeah, it definitely could be. MACD's not at the zero line, so that's definitely a good sign. Ape, yeah, it is BS. I agree. Definitely BS. Let's see here. All right, we're hitting 142. That's our price target, the first one we want to hit to take some money off the table here. So let's go ahead and take some profits on SPRC. Taking some profits off of SPRC 142. Okay. SPRC looks like it wants to work its way back down. If it does work its way back down to 132, I might try it again. I actually might try it again. Drug at 211 here. Looks like it's starting to run. We still have runners in this. I was really hoping we were going to get that next entry, but it didn't even come close to giving us another one. So unfortunately, we just got runners left in this, which, you know, not the worst thing in the world. At least we're going to make some money here. 213. Yeah, that brings up our average on these quite a bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and start taking some profits. Taking some more profits on drug and closing out some runners. Oh. 210. Okay. All right. Cool. Took our profits. Hopefully this doesn't go up much higher. I'm gonna cry because I closed everything out on that. But you never know. It could go up higher. I am anticipating this comes back down to at least VWAP this time, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. SPRC looking half decent here. 145, 149. We were looking for 145. That is PT SPRC. Taking profit. Whoops. Taking more profit around 150. SPRC. Yeah, looking good. Okay, all right. 155. Let's do it. Probably. Wow, that was quick. That was a quick drop after that. Didn't quite get as much as I wanted out of that, but that was okay. That still worked out pretty good. Oh, look at that. Just came down so fast, right back up just as fast. 155 again. Hoping to hit at least 160 before I cash out the rest of SPRC here. Drug still going for it. It's hitting new highs here, 216, 217. $220. Okay, I'm crying now. I cashed out too early, but that's okay. We'll work on getting a re-entry here when it comes down a little bit. Oh, I'm going to be upset if it breaks through that resistance and goes to the next one here, 232. Yeah, it's definitely going to do that. Oh, man. And then if it breaks through 232, it'll be hitting high a day, and it could run even further. We're just going to forget about that for a little bit. SPRC still looks pretty good. I think it is getting ready to come down, though. Bottom band is curling up pretty high. Top band's curling up a little bit, but it does look like it wants to start facing back down, which is preferable for us. Ape back at nearly break even for us, so this is going to be something we're going to be holding forever. HLBZ, I don't really want to play. TBLT, honestly, 420, maybe 440. It has an okay range. It could potentially be a play. Nerve, it's just massive candles all the way around. We could try a Nerve play. Yeah, you know what? We should probably play Nerve. There's a lot of profits on the table here. But when you play it, just make sure to keep in mind the spread. It can be very, very bad on this. So I'm going to aim for 530. I'd like to hit at least 560 out of it. And then just give it a 515 stop. I don't really want to risk too much, but I also understand that this is a very volatile stock. So we have a good chance of getting stopped out. And on top of a good chance of getting stopped out is a good chance of a bad fill on that stop out. So that's why I kind of want to have a tighter stop, because we could inadvertently get a bad fill on it and have a way worse trade than it looks like. So we'll just see about the spread's not that bad right now, going from 1 to 4 cents right now, but it was saying 8 to 11 cents earlier. Drug on its way back down, thank God. Holy crap, man. I thought we were going to be like way down in profits off that. But hopefully this comes down enough to get maybe at least down to this 204 area, if not this 201 area, and we might be able to take a play off that. Yeah, hopefully it drops drug. Can take a look at GCT. FTCH does look like it moved from that 850 mark. It broke through the bands here. The VWAP and 200 EMA, and those actually corrected themselves. So it's looking better now, up at 930. Again, waited too long, a little bit too hard to jump into at this moment. FGI all the way back down to that 200 EMA at 350. Did hit as high as 390. This could be another good opportunity. MACD looks like it's curling up already. Ape struggling to hold VWAP. Oh, don't I know it? Yeah, I think this is just going to keep bouncing for a while. We have a decent chance of stopping it. I confused myself with the two stops there, but one of them is the original stop and one of them is my stop. I'm gonna leave FTCH alone, I think. But we can open up GCT here. Someone's messaging GCT. Okay, so this one's a $30 stock, so I won't be playing it. But yeah, it does look decent. The price range is okay on it. When you get into these higher stocks, your share count goes down, so you'd be looking at more, like on something like this, you'd be looking at a minimum of a $2 or $3 move to make any sort of decent profit on it. FGI, yeah, starting to get a little gappy here. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, probably a bad thing. Nerve dipped down just to 530 there. It's like we just knew what the bottom was going to be. SPRC down a little bit here. It did break down from that support area, so we are hoping to see it break down a little more. And Drug did not drop quite down to that 204 area on its way back up. Did Ape stop me out? Oh yeah, that one did. Yeah, it did. Which, that sucks. I didn't even see that, but yeah, it did. Yeah, 710. What a shame. We'll see though. We'll see if people were patient and use that $7 stop. We'll see what happens with that. I bet they'll make money off it. I thought that my 710 was like a sort of safe area, but I kind of knew that it was within that range that could get hit, and it just barely got hit there. Nerve still holding that 530 area. We're hoping to see some more volatility in this. BBBY all the way back down, so it ran all the way to just about $12 there, like literally a couple cents off, and then all the way back down to where we entered. I'm a little salty with BBBY, so this is a good place to get in, but I don't really want to. Drug hitting resistance and looks like it's getting pushed back. SPRC getting very, very close to maybe another buy-in opportunity here at 134. We are just crossing that zero line on the MACD though, so that could be a bad sign if we don't see a retracement. I'm gonna get ready here. SPRC. Could just be a slight dip below and then break back above. I have a decent feeling about this, so I'm gonna go 134, 150 with a 130 stop. 130 is going to bring us up just a little bit on that. I think it should be okay. Yeah, it looks like it's retracing here. We did break down as low as 136. On its way back up a little bit now. Could still break down, but I don't think it will. I think that was about as good as it's going to get. And it's going to start to move back up from here. Fingers crossed anyway. Drug looking like it's going to break through resistance. Yep, this time it does it. Just a little bit. Equal buyers and sellers right now, so nothing crazy in either direction. We do have like walls of sellers, but I don't think it's enough to really stop this. We've got lots and lots of momentum, so I think it is going to run up to the next area here. And then we'll have to seriously consider jumping in before high day. SPRC back up to that 141 area. I'm going to need to hit at least 146 before I take profits. We'll have to see about that. Ape, yeah, still holding on to that 200 EMA. FGI is looking really gappy right now. Volume's really just disintegrated there, so we're not going to really be playing that. FTCH still going for it, almost at $10. No, I ended up getting it 130 on SPRC, 136. So I need 146 so I can get that 10-cent mark. If I got 134, I'd be taking some profits there. Okay, 136, taking some profits. Or 146, sorry. Unless that's what I said. Taking some profits, 146. SPRC. Yeah. I can't remember if I said 146 or 136, but I meant 146 for taking profits, and 136 was the entry. Drug back down a little bit. Looks, to me, this looks like it's topping out now. I would think that this is going to start heading down. We'll see, though. SPRC would probably take some more profits around 150 so close, though, from 146. I don't really want to, but that is the top of the band, so that would be the smart place to take some more profit. Nerve has yet to break down from that 529 area, or 530 area, but it hasn't moved up either, which is starting to worry me because this is the longest consolidation the stock has had all day so far, so that could be a problem. Drug's starting its breakout again, but not really holding any value there. Bands are saying this should start to go here, but we'll see about that. TBLT back down to VWAP. So if you're looking to take a TBLT play, if you want something a little bit more consistent, a little bit safer, that VWAP play would be the place to be. So about 430, and then ride it up to the top of that band. So 446. Nerf up a couple cents. Ape is on its way back up. So it did stop me out. Didn't stop out the rest of the people though. Making its way back up to 135. So if you got in around that 720 mark, I say 130, I meant 730. If you got in 720, about 740 would be, I guess, an okay place to take profits at first. At this point, it's not looking like there's going to be a ton of profits in this either way. So, I mean, maybe it's best to just take some small profits and call it a day on Ape. Drug is starting its breakout here. Looks like the bands were at least a little bit right so far. Price action is still showing a little bit of a tug of war on both sides. We could try a risky trade on this. I think I'd be okay with that. Just taking a little bit of a risk on Drug. Maybe trying to get in around 215. Trying to hit 240 with a 2. Give it a 210 stop. That's pretty close. Definitely something we could hit. So, I mean, this one's a risky one. I wouldn't be jumping into this unless you are okay losing a little bit. Our stop loss is definitely within the range, so we're within our risk management with it, but I don't really like jumping in when there's really no formed support area below that might save us. But sometimes you gotta take that risk, especially on something like this where, you know, it is kind of coming up, it is going down a little bit, but it does look like eventually it's gonna break out, hit that high day, and start running, and that's kind of what we want. So it's a good idea to take that chance sometimes. Okay, SPRC back down a little bit here. So we hit that 146 coming back down. If we hit 134, I'm not sure what to do about this because we'd be breaking into a new low now, which we don't want to do. So besides that, I think we just hold on. So your first safe exit if things start to go bad on SPRC would be 134 when it breaks that new low. Or 135, I guess, because that would be VWAP. Past that bottom band here, 132, and worst case, hit that 129 stop. So depending how much risk you want to take, you got 3 levels of stops there you could take. Drug running now, it's up to 234. Hopefully you managed to jump in somewhere here. We kind of knew this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. Looking good, 233. What did I get it at? 1 or 2, 220. 230. Yeah, that's a decent place to take profits. I think I'll take at least a little bit here. Taking some profits on Drug, 230-ish. Just to secure some, because this was a really risky entry, and then on top of the risky entry, I also got in a little bit higher as well. So want to make sure that I'm securing some on the way up. Not that I think we're going to come back down to the stop anytime soon, but it could happen. Just one sharp knife and we'd be there. So better be safe than sorry. Looking at that 245. All right. We were aiming for about 240 on Drug, so that is PT Drug and taking some more profits, 245-ish. Awesome. That was a risky trade, but you know, sometimes it does pan out well for us, and in that case it definitely did. We still have a little bit left in there. I do think that it could run up higher now that it's hit that high day. We are going to see some more bullish pressure picking up as those momentum traders start to step in here. A lot of sellers building. I don't actually know if that's showing on your thing. Yeah, it should be. Should be high enough on the ladder for you guys to see it. But lots of sellers jumping in here, so might make it a little difficult to climb. 242. What's Nerve doing? Still doing absolutely. You know what? I think I'm just gonna cut nerve. I'm like, I was expecting a momentum play out of this, and I am not getting it. So cutting nerve or break even or slightly better. There's like a chance for really small profits here, but honestly, at this point, I was really, we need to see some of these candles, and it's just not happening. And at this point, it's more likely to happen down here than it is up here. So I'm okay with taking just a break even or slightly better and moving on with that money. Okay. SPRC right down to VWAP here. So it looks like it's holding on VWAP. If we start to see this MACD curl, we could be in a good position to buy back in. If it doesn't curl, it could be in a decent position to cut your losses on the rest of SPRC or whatever you're holding that's left on that. Drug almost back up to a 240 area. Let's see this nerve breakdown now that we're out. Ape still holding that 730, 740 area. Not even quite 740 yet. Man, this is like really depressing watching something like go from so crazy of a range from $7 to 770 and then go to such a slim margin here. I think that's why I like $1 and $2 stocks the best, because you don't need a lot of movement to make a lot of money. All right, so we are starting to see a curl up on SPRC. This is our opportunity to jump in again. SPRC 135-ish. Going to go for 145 with a 130 stop. So give about 5 cents, SPRC. Gotten a little higher there, so I'm going to move that up to 131. Honestly, you could probably move this up. If you want to be safe, you could move this up to like 133. That's probably where I'll be looking to take a cut on it if it drops. Drug surpasses its high here, hitting 250. Not a bad place to take a little bit more profit. We're running out of room to take profit here, unfortunately. Again, this is happening to us on drug, where we're actually hitting all of our PTs, and it just continues to run, which is not a bad thing. It starts to become a bad thing when you run out of shares to sell. So we're going to go ahead and sell a little bit more. We have a tiny bit left. Got about 15,000 shares. Yeah, 254. Not looking bad. Okay, all right. Drug at 254. SPRC, we took a good entry on it. Looks like it's already working out. 141, safe place to take profits. There is the resistance there. I mean, like, it could break through pretty easily. It has before. We are losing a little bit of that momentum, so do keep that in mind. So you'd be looking to take profits around 141. Definitely not a lot in terms of profit, but honestly, it's still a decent place to take some. Drug back down to 244, so it's a good thing we took a little bit of profit there. Nerve's totally gonna run. I can see it. TBLT, nasty breakdown. Look at that. Going from 447 down to 413. It is hitting this bottom support area. It did bounce before. A couple times actually, so could hold here. Yeah, it would have been a good short. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of room here to decide to short. I mean, the best scenario would be you saw the breakdown on VWAP and start a short there 430. I guess that's still decent profit. 20 cents on the way down. SPRC back down, so we did hit that resistance 141 area. It did bounce back down. Drug still sitting at 230, 240 area. It might bounce down to about 232 here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell in TBLT to short though, right? It was such a nice uptrend for so long. Nerves going. I knew it. I knew it. Wouldn't have even stopped me out. It's only up a couple cents. I can't be that mad. I'll be mad when it shoots up here to 570 again. Look at the volatility coming back just like that. It's actually moving now. I don't even want to watch it. SPRC back up to that 141 area. I'll just sit there staring at it. Drug looking like it did dip down to about 237 and wants to continue on its way. Yeah, I know, right? Would have made at least a little bit on nerve. I mean, I technically did make a little bit. I made 3 cents. But it could have been more because look at it go. Hitting like 546 there. Could have been up a decent amount. 8 breaking down, so we'll see what happens here with that. SPRC looking like it's breaking through resistance here. It does have those bands tightening, which can be a good sign for momentum. We could be getting ready to explode here. Fingers crossed anyway, that would be at least somewhat exciting. Drug consolidating, yeah. A little bit. As long as it doesn't break down from probably this 237 level. If it breaks down from that, I'd be looking at it more as maybe a breakdown. No, there's 237, 236, maybe 235. It could bounce off the support area here, 231. Although it's not really a super tested support area, so we'll have to wait and see. It's one of those scenarios. SPRC still waiting on that breakout. Anytime now would be great. Nerve still not really doing a whole lot. FTCH not really moving either. Do we have anything new popping up? AMPG. We could take a look at that. Let's look at AMPG. Oh, this pops up AMPG? Yeah, AMPG. Did I type that in wrong? AMPG always pops up, but it's never really all that playable. I don't know if anyone else plays it, but I don't think I've ever taken a play on it, even though it pops up on the scanner like weekly. Yeah, not a whole lot. That's great here. I think we're just gonna deal with what we got here. SPRC breaking out right now. Right now. Right now. Any second now. We want what? Drug? Yeah, I would like to get back in drug, but it's hard to say where the next good entry would be. I would honestly say that this support line should be moved down like to 219. Maybe 219 would be a good place to jump in. The support line's failing so far. SPRC finally breaking it a little bit. Yeah, 219. Wait, your VWAP's 219? Mine's like 215. Are you using a different VWAP? Or maybe your settings are slightly different? Oh yeah, if you're using a brokerage on it, I don't know, sometimes brokerage indicators are just like a little bit off from TradingView. But it's probably in your settings here. Let's see. What do I got? The indicator time frame set to chart. I don't know if you can set that on yours. And the anchor period is set to session. Yours sounds like it's a little less weighted. Oh yeah, that might have a factor in it too. Okay, drug, let's see you do something. Same with you, SPRC. And we took a little bit of profit. Maybe we should have taken a little bit more at 144 there, but I mean, that was only 3 cents more than what we had before, so we're going to have to see something fantastic out of SPRC before we take more profit. Drug might curl here, but there's like almost no reason for it. Your VWAP on TOS is 215. Yeah, you have to cross-reference what the difference is, not the distance. BBBY looks like it's heading up a little bit, but it did break down really far here. So my saltiness paid off in this case. If I had jumped back in, it would have been around here at 1080 again, and it would have just stopped me out again, and that would have made me extra salty. So it's a good thing I didn't do that. You think SPRC is gonna go? I hope so. I hope so. We still have volume, so that's good. ENVB, let's take a look at ENVB. Maybe there's something worth playing there. Nice momentum there, 630 to $7. So it's got a decent range. Again, only problem is the no volume to decent amount of volume. That usually ends up turning back into no volume pretty quick after a big run, but we'll see on the pullback what it looks like. It could be worth it. I think this is probably going to be close to the end of ENVB run though. It'll come back down from here. Drug still has a little bit of a fall to go through before we start to see any sort of potential to take a play on it. And SPRC hopefully starts to run here. We only have 15 minutes left, so I mean, hopefully we catch at least one more decent play. And right now it's not looking super likely because almost nothing is really moving. Hopefully we start to see some movement out of SPRC. Drug hits that support area, 221. I was kind of hoping to hit about 219 to get in, but MACD looks like it might curl here, so I think I might just take another risky entry here at around 222 to 240 with a 219 stop. So I'm going to give it a pretty tight stop. Actually, let's go 218. A fairly tight stop. I want to see if this will bounce right from here. Basically, if I'm wrong even a little bit, it's going to stop me out, but that's kind of the intention behind that stop loss right there. We're going to see. Now, this could be me taking a play because I'm bored. It probably is. But as long as I can admit that to myself, then I feel okay with it. I do it a lot, especially on the slower days. Like you'll see my tracker and I'll go from like taking maybe 2, 3, 4 losses a day to taking like 8 losses, 8 small losses. Like you still end up green, but it's like it kills me. It kills the win ratio. Just because like as on a slow day, I get so bored. I'm like any slight opportunity I see that could be maybe possibly a win, I'll take it. I feel like I'm being slightly better because this has been a really long bear market. So I've had a lot of opportunity to hone my boredom skills and just transition into talking to people rather than taking dumb trades. But I haven't decided if this is one of those or not yet. Technically speaking, it looks like it's going to be moving back up here. So ENVB is still struggling. We've got Ape still not doing a whole lot. Nerve. You know what? I am happy I cut Nerve. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, even if it hit 545 and I sold there, it still wouldn't have been like good profits. It would have been okay profits at best. Like maybe 2 or 3%. BBBY continues its fall. SPRC not looking great. Drug is pretty meh. Guess we're gonna see if it holds here. MACD starting to curl back down. That's not a good sign. All over the place. Nerf just has to spite me, you know? It's like the second I say that there's no way this would have been a good trade, it turns into a good trade. It was literally like, what, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds after I said it, now it's hitting new highs again. There we go, 555, perfect, love it. Drug back up to 227. Oh well, you can't catch them all, I guess. That makes me a little salty because technically I did catch it. I just let it go. Come on, drug, do something here. Oh, nerve. Yeah, there was so much potential in nerve over here, and then it got down here, and it looked like it was going to do the exact same thing, and it just didn't for so long. And like our stop was fine. We still wouldn't have stopped this whole time. We still wouldn't have stopped out. And then all of a sudden now it's up here. SPCB. SPCB is at VWAP. Yeah, very, very cheap stock though. Let's see, 34 cents to 40 cents. So you got a decent range for the price range it's at. Oh man, I can't justify jumping into it because my stop loss would have to be like 1 cent, and that just seems crazy to me. SPRC 132, so a little bit of a drop there. Gonna just cut the runner. I don't think this is going anywhere. E and VB did go, yeah. A little bit there, $7.07 from 680. So even like that's a half decent range. Wouldn't say it's the best range in the world, but you could make a little bit of money off that. Drugs at that 232 area, so we're just about at that 10-cent mark now. You can start to take profits at that 10-cent mark or wherever you want, really, if you're in this. Taking profits, drug 232. Perfect. All right, let's see this go up higher, break through resistance, head back up to 245. And then the next one's 255, and then we're going to hit high a day and break out even further. Maybe we'll get 260. That would be great. I don't even want to look at this. Man, are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. Look at that. Look at that. We were in at 530. It just about hit $6. I'm salty. I'm so salty. It's definitely gonna just, oh god. Literally hit a high a day here. It's gonna hit $6 too. There's $6 right there. 610. Yeah, just keep going. Don't even worry about us. We'll catch up later. 610 right there. All right. That's cool. It's fine. That's why you stay in school, kids. 610. Yep, that's it's making its way onto my list. I've got a list of stocks that sometimes they pop up and I just don't even bother looking at them anymore. Like BFRI or REL. REL? Relly? Was it Relly or REL? There was two stocks. Can't remember which one it was now. Maybe it's both of them. In any case, there's a couple on that list that I just don't touch anymore. Ape's making its way on that list too. It's been a couple days in a row where it just gets the better of me. Yeah, BBBY is getting there too. I was pretty iffy about even playing it this morning, but I was like, you know what? This looks like it's gonna go. I wasn't wrong. The problem was I was like, just a little bit too tight on risk management. So, yep, 640. Yeah, it's getting there. Let's just hypothetically speaking, if we took this from 530 to 640, that would have been just about 20% gains, just under 21% gains. That would have been good. That would have been great. Why couldn't this have done this like 10 minutes earlier? We sat here doing nothing for so long. It's okay. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. We're doing okay on drug. Everything's looking good. Yep, whole dollar move at this point. 235. Let's see. Come on, just break out a little bit more. Do a nerve. Pull a nerve for us. Nerve is striking nerves here. $237. I mean, 237 is not a terrible place to take profits. I think we were only really looking for about 240 from this, so if you want to take some more 237, not the worst option. SPRC with a complete breakdown. We've got BBBY completely breaking down. TBLT just sitting there doing nothing. We could just close that one down. Nerve, I don't even want to talk about Nerve. Ape is finally going up, so if you're still in it and you still had that $7 stop loss, you're probably going to make money on this at some point today because it won't come down to that $7 mark. It's at 740. You know what? I'm just going to say yeah, I'm just going to say just tell everybody, you know what, this might be a good place to take some profits on Ape if you're still in it, because I had a different stop and I didn't announce that I had a different stop, so people are probably still have that $7 stop, and that would have been obviously the better move here. Drug just about to hit that 240 level. There it is. That's PT. And taking some more profits here. Top band coming in. I do think that it might hit up a little. Oh, we hit 242. That's how my average went up a little bit. A little bit more than anticipated anyway. Yeah, that top band's starting to close in, so I'd probably cut at least most of it, if not all of it, at that point. Bottom band's kind of coming in too, though. It could be a consolidation before another run. That being said, I only have a couple minutes left, so there's really no point in me holding on to too much at this point. SPCB did actually bounce off you up here, 0.37 back up to 0.39, which honestly is not that bad. That's like 6% or something. I might be a little off with that. Might be 4%, something like that. My math might be off. Ape is BS. I do think that Ape is BS. I do. It's WBS, not WSB. And we have drug heading back down, so we knew that was going to happen. We saw the bands coming in, so we knew it was at least going to consolidate downwards. I would say, yeah, hitting about 227 would be probably a decent area for consolidation on drug. Oh, man. This is going to run further today, too. It's going to hit like $9 despite me. I can feel it. Yeah, drug down to 227. So this is the area it should consolidate at. We shall see. SPRC near the 200 EMA. Yeah, that could be this is a decent place to take an opportunity to buy in on SPRC. I'm just about out of time anyway, so I'm not going to, but yeah, the 123 area, definitely going to be a strong area to try and test a bounce here. I mean, I would probably ride it up to about 135, take most out there, and then leave a runner to see if it can go higher. Drug is consolidating so far around that price point, so that's good. But we'll quickly go over the money board since we're basically out of time now. We're definitely not going to be taking more trades. 10 wins, 3 losses, 13 trades today, totaling in at $262,828.90. That brings us up to $713,000 for the month, starting from $500. And our win rate is sitting still at 75%, so we're not doing too bad, actually. That's better than last month. I think last month we closed out like a 69% win rate, so as long as we can manage something above 70, I'd be happy with that. But yeah, looking pretty good there. As far as the trade summary goes, let me just scroll for 5 minutes. There it is. 101% today, so we did better than yesterday, that's for sure. Took 2 small losses and then 1 decent one on Ape. Could have been a win if I had just kept my stop loss where it was originally, but I moved it and I paid the price for it. So besides that, we got 0.6% on Nerve instead of 20%. Actually, at 640, I think it was 21%. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It would only have been like an extra $50,000. No big deal. We've got SPRC for a win, Drug with a decent win. Actually, Drug and SPRC were just great today. Those two really carried everything. That was pretty much all we played anyway, besides our loss on Ape, and then I'm going to call this a loss on Nerve too, because we could have won if we had just held, but we didn't. But yeah, all in all, pretty good day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.